Why is Cliff Leach at George House? Was he ever a volunteer for HIV?
He must have been, yeah.
Was he?
Right, let's start at the very beginning. I'm going to give you this.
1984, I was 28 years old, began reading about GRID, gay-related immune deficiency, this strange new disease affecting groups of gay men in Los Angeles and New York. I remember feeling scared, afraid, unsure what would happen next.
I arrived in Manchester in 1970 and was very lucky to find what we'd now call a gay sock. I became a gay activist, and in 1983, when HIV was arriving in this country, I was a volunteer at the Gay Centre on Switchboard and for Mancunian Gay, a local community magazine.
So I decided to organise a public meeting above the Thompson's Arms. An amazing guy called Tony Whitehead came from the Terence Higgins Trust, made a powerful speech that said HIV would change all our lives. I just felt something had to be done.
A group of us started Manchester AIDS Line in 1985 because there was a growing need for information at a time when many people were anxious.
In the beginning there weren't many calls, but as word got out, we had more and more calls, and it became really clear that this service was absolutely needed.
Around that time, the August Bank Holiday weekend started in a very small way and grew over the decades.
Give us a little bit more detail of what those early August Bank Holiday weekends were like.
I don't have the memories, you see, too.
Did you go out over the August Bank Holiday weekend?
Absolutely.
Is that the reason why you can't remember?
What we now call Pride, though it had many names over the years, started very small in the mid-1980s with a jumble sale and small-scale fundraising, but it became very popular over the years with thousands of people attending. I think I was always passionate because it was a reaction to being closeted and kind of frightened and feeling isolated as a gay teenager.
Our friends and lovers were dying of AIDS, but we kept arguing, lobbying, dancing and loving. We were determined to live. A new generation of LGBT and HIV activists were born, and organisations like George House Trust were built on our passion and our rage.
I love. I first came to George House Trust in 1995 with my son, who was 5.5, a week after diagnosis. It was really difficult and we were scared, but straight away we felt like family.
I was going to react to you and be like, well, I wasn't born then.
Yeah, I mean, in 1995 when we first went, they already had Bernardo's, they already had children's groups and women's groups. So like HIV, George House Trust didn't discriminate from the beginning.
I first came to George House Trust when my mental health was really bad and I felt like I had nowhere else to go.
I was scared, to be honest, and I got the courage eventually. I walked in and I saw these good-looking, amazing African women, and I thought, what? You can be HIV positive and look like this? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be part of this.
I was so scared when I got diagnosed with HIV. And I think learning Anita's story and kind of the rich history of the George House Trust gave me the confidence to feel that like I wasn't going to be alone and I could do anything.
Greater Manchester is a global leader in the HIV response, but it's not over. Stigma, fear, shame, blame and misinformation still remain, and we're determined to root it out wherever it lurks. Sadly, here in the UK, people still die prematurely of HIV-related complications. That's outrageous. It's a completely preventable and manageable condition.
It has been an exciting year for George House Trust. We have had our drug ball and we have had a reception with the Mayor Town Hall, and we are all excited about the Candlelit Vigil at Manchester Pride. For me, the most exciting thing is being involved with the exhibition at Manchester Central Library.
It took 500 volunteer hours to catalogue over 1,000 items, making them publicly accessible here at Manchester Archives. And we've digitised around half of them, making them even more accessible. Our stories aren't often in the mainstream, but in 200 years' time, when we're all gone, people will be able to look back and access these records and see the work that George House Trust and Manchester did in the fight against HIV and AIDS.
The Candlelit Vigil at Manchester Pride, what are your memories?
Oh my God, it's so special.
The phone ringing with endless residents of Sackville Street saying, what are these bloody fireworks at 20 past midnight? That's my first memory of the vigil.
And a lot of people had come because they knew we were diagnosed, and my son was stood with his candle so proud for our friends we've lost, not knowing that he was stood there for himself too.
When I'm at the Candlelit Vigil, I feel quite emotional at the beginning, but then towards the end, I feel quite fuzzy and warm because it feels like we're a community.
The Pride Vigil is very different from the World AIDS Day Vigil. We've just had this huge celebration.
It's almost like the end of a night when you're all leaving, it's your last dance, but it's that sense of community and love that everyone feels together.
I think remember people who died of AIDS is an act of resistance.
It's so powerful, it's still a protest.
It says that we are here, and it just says that we matter.
How are you feeling about getting on stage in front of 5,000 people this year?
Oh, it had to be done.
I'm actually really excited.
You do know it's live streamed as well.
Yeah, are you joking?
wait.
Are you joking? I've already given everyone the link.
Yeah.
Who do you do it for?
I did it for the teenage closeted me, but I'm thrilled that it had an impact on tens of thousands of people since.
I do it because I see the difference we make and I know we can do more.
I do it for other women who are living with HIV.
For the younger generation.
For 21-year-old me.
For my healing.
I do it for Glyn and for all my other friends who died of AIDS.